Well, good morning, I think. There we go. Good morning. It
Good
finally showed
morning.
we were live. It took a minute.
I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. We are WRME Live. We are Main Edge. Okay. Oh, man, what do you think of this weather? It's going to be 70-some degrees today.
I like it. I get to
Yeah.
go show houses in warm weather tomorrow.
Episode 257, February 6th. Month is already gone this year. It's just nuts how fast things go. And the busier we get, seems like the faster it goes, you know. Mm-hmm. All right. What all we got going? We got quite a few land listings. We got 15th
Yes.
and Morgan, which is commercials, OMC3, right at 7 acres.
It's between the gas station, Dollar General, and the storage units.
Yep. Between the car wash and the
Well,
storage
car
unit,
wash,
basically.
yeah.
Yep.
Car
yep.
wash is there. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
on Morgan Road. Okay, 44th and Frisco, we got 75 acres out there.
Yep.
It's ag right now, but it really needs to be RE. Okay,
Which
we
is
got
residential.
residential estates.
Well,
'Cause there's
still,
no
it's
sewer
still
out there.
residential. So.
Okay, I forget that.
Yes.
It's almost like being in the military. You use all these acronyms and nobody knows what the heck you're talking about. We got quite a bit of stuff down on South Robinson, Oklahoma City. We have 2 lots,
Yes.
$100,000 each, and then we've got 2.25 acre parcel and a 2 1/8 acre parcel on Robinson. We got 12 acres on Check Hall under contract, set to
Yes.
close this month. So you think you might have a contract coming on
we have
residential house on Southwest 4th?
We have someone very interested. They're going to go do a second showing. So hopefully, but until it's closed and signed on everything, it's still available.
Yeah, we need some more listings. Send us
Nice
some
house,
listings.
new roof on it, new carpet, new
New
dishwasher.
garage door.
New garage door, new water heater. It's a 3-2, real nice house.
Yeah, well, if I was going to buy a house, it sure would be nice to have one that's been completely gone over, so there's not big issues.
Yeah.
And yes, it says, are you tired of the nonstop political stuff? Yes. Report spam, delete. Been doing that for 2 weeks now, and I'm still getting them, On a political note, did you see this fiasco going on in Mustang yesterday with all the junior G-men high school kids thinking they're all bad and doing this protest against ICE? I tell you, I would be upset if it's one of my kids. I wouldn't. I mean, protesting is bad enough, but when they're going down and hollering F ICE, as loud as they can, using that language in public, carrying their mocha lattes, if I was my kid, I'd be yanking them out of there so quick.
Protesting can be good if it's done respectfully.
Oh, yeah. And then they couldn't even spell half of their signs right. It's a sad state.
Because we've had a lot change with protests. But if you look back in history, the difference between the respectful and the non-respectful.
Well, we don't have an immigrant issue in Mustang. Why are these kids and who put them up to it and who paid for the professional signs, all that stuff? People, they just shouldn't be getting into all this stuff when it's none of their business, really.
But it's good they're looking at the whole, but they need to look at the whole. Because just because it doesn't affect us immediately in our state or our town, doesn't mean it doesn't affect us nationally.
Now, I kind of expected something like this in Oklahoma City, but not in Mustang. So, I don't know. It just bugs the crap out of me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. We're a 12 square mile town, and most of our school system is 70, we're 12 square miles, but our
Right.
school system is 76 square miles.
Yes, I had explained that the other day.
And there's a lot of apartments being built, and I would almost guarantee you every one of those people live in an apartment, okay? Because, I don't know, they just, people that own their homes and land around here, they're not going to put up with that stuff
Right.
with their kids. So I'll get off of that subject. All right. Well, what else you got going?
showings this weekend. People are starting to start looking again.
No, then shouldn't complain about this pretty weather then, right?
No, I'm glad.
It is real estate conducive, isn't it?
It is.
You know, I tell you, getting out in the ice and snow and, you know, of course, everything I have is four-wheel drive, so it's not a big deal.
No.
But just since COVID, I do not handle the cold like I used to. So,
But when you're going someplace, like we went out and saw almost 5 acres. If it would have been snowing and everything, I would have been guessing where the driveway was. Mm-hmm. You know,
yeah.
that's the bad part about it. But agents on the other side, been dealing with some great agents lately, which have been nice. Really respectful.
It's actually a
communication.
joy to work. Well, I don't care what company they're with. If they're educated, respectful, and professional, I'll deal with them all day long, and we'll split commissions and just everybody's
Everybody's
go away happy
because those
you
are
know?
working on the same goal we are. We know a transaction, you're working to make both sides happy, to feel
Right.
like no one got screwed. That's our goal. Yes, I want my client to get everything they want, but in reality, I know that's not possible. 99% of
There's
the
a
time,
little bit of give and take in
there's
everything.
give and take. And if everybody comes out feeling like they got something and they didn't get screwed, it's a win for the
Yeah.
transaction.
And it just makes for a much better overall process.
Yes.
And whether the agents are happy or not, the clients they sense when something's not going wrong.
It's like me.
So it's our job to keep the clients happy.
I carry booties in my Jeep in case flooring, it's muddy, you know, the weather, whatever. Because I don't want to ruin someone's carpet or whatever. Guy texted me, said they will be taking off their shoes because he knew it was new carpet.
Right? Well,
Great.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
a very respectful agent. And yeah,
Yeah.
you want to send them a thank you note, just, it's just good to work with folks like that. We need to talk a little bit about title commitments and the value in getting title insurance.
Yes.
Okay, mortgage inspection certificates. I know it's it seems like one of those parasitic fees that's in a closing, but like on a land deal, or really on any house, I want to know that mortgage inspection certificate is going to line out where all the easements are. And if I'm a home buyer and say I got a shed in the backyard that this house that I'm buying, I want to know if that shed is over an easement or, over the property line, something like that. And what was this last one? $160, $170?
160.
Yeah. There's so much information that's in that mortgage inspection certificate, which satisfies the bank
Right.
on the mortgage, but that's a document you really want. And the title insurance.
And that was my biggest thing for him. It didn't satisfy, and he wouldn't get the insurance for that with the title insurance.
When you're buying $300,000 anything, I know it's another $500-600, whatever it is. And all these fees add up. But certain ones we don't make any more money by recommending these, but we want you to be covered. We want you to know what you're buying. The last thing we want is a buyer's remorse. And, when something comes back 6 months later and, there's something popped up with title work or somebody come out of the woodwork, we get them hooked up straight to the title company so they can deal with it, and if they got title insurance, it's an easy deal.
Yes.
And the title companies have attorneys that handle all these things, that speak all that legal jargon and love reading documents that goes, 15 pages about
Right.
nothing, but, they have people that do that, and it's worth your money. It really is. Okay, I'll get off of that high horse.
No, it's good. I've had conversations with clients in the past that are buying more than 5 acres. And we've discussed just doing them, they still get them, but a pen and stake versus, any other survey they can get. Some of them no problem. They want the pin and stake. Let's get it done. They want to know exact boundaries, make sure there's no issues. And others, well,
Well, I'll tell you,
You know-
if there's an issue there, I generally recommend the seller and the buyer split the cost 50-50, because then the seller knows exactly what he's selling to the
Right.
pin, and the buyer knows exactly what they're buying to the pin, and it's not totally on one or
and
the
when you
other.
have 30, 20, whatever amount of acres backed up to other acres, you want,
You got fence issues
Yes.
and all that
if
stuff,
there's anything.
and you want that pin.
Because the last thing you want is the seller has an agreement with Joe Bob that lives next door, but you're not in agreement, so you buy it. You need to know where that line is.
Yeah, but Joe Bob said it was okay.
Right. I mean, his fence is
Things
over on
change.
mine 2 feet, which doesn't seem a lot, but 2 feet down, a couple miles adds up. So,
My next door neighbor, they have like 300 acres.
Right.
Okay. I go out this morning and there's a cow standing in front of my Jeep. Okay, and I don't have any cows. They had just put in a new fence and they had to move it. It was actually over on my side of the property, so I lost no, it was actually over too far on their property. So I lost about 10 feet, but the survey says this, okay? And I got to go by the survey.
Right.
These guys are professional. They know exactly where everything's going. And they put up a new fence, but where they connected it, cow got through. So,
yeah.
but
And that's
yeah.
the thing. Survey trumps it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and they called me up when they were putting in the new fence. They called me up, and she was so worried that I was going to be adversarial on this. I
Right.
says, "Well, who's the surveyor?" And it's a surveyor I know. I was kind of, well, I know he knows what he's doing. Where the property line is, the property line is. We're not going to fight over
Right.
it. And she was so relieved. I mean,
and when they
it's
do
a matter of
these-
fact. It's not, okay, I think it's over here. Survey says it's here. That's where we're going to put it.
The pin and stake, they're actually out there looking for the markers,
Mm-hmm.
and then they walk it off based on what they have to make sure it's accurate. So they're out there actually walking that land.
Mm-hmm. Well, everything's GPS done too. You see those guys with the stick with the little head on it?
Right. But they're still
they-
out there physically having to do it all.
Oh, yeah. And they got their metal detector finding old pins and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
It's not done on the computer in an office. They're out there, whether it's new technology or not, they're still walking around placing and doing.
Right.
So. It's
What
pretty
else we got
accurate.
going today? I see that sunshine. I'm surprised you haven't went over and laid in the window.
I might.
Yeah.
That might be the rest of my morning laying in the sun like a cat.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I guess we ought to wrap it up. If you guys have questions or, you have something you want to sell, give us a holler. We've been selling stuff as fast as we get it in here. It's still, some people say it's a buyer's market. Some people say it's a seller's market. Stuff just has to change hands, and not necessarily, people have different reasons for selling.
Yes.
People have different reasons for buying. Okay, you got 5 kids, you got a 3-bed house. They get older, you need a different house. Mother-in-law's got to come live with you. You need a house with a room on the other end, maybe 50 yards away.
You need another
Okay.
little house.
Yeah, okay.
Out back.
Give us a call. That's what we do. If you have any questions or comments, heck, comment on these videos. See if we want to see who the heck's out there watching. Okay, all right, that good?
That's good.
All right, we are WRME Live. We are Main Edge, where we do real life, real world real estate.